Alright, so now that we've covered Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, I figured this week, why not talk about another series that I love and have loved deeply in my heart and my soul, and really just have that question as to how the freak this show even worked as well. Because it's the same doggone formula as freaking Tailspin, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Now, the reason why I say it has the same formula, because yet again, with this with this show, I don't know how Disney did it, but they took two characters from like one cartoon show, which was mainly just Chip and Dale, these two little chipmunks, just fucking with Donald, just trying to get on Donald's nerves, and Donald getting on their nerves back. They take them out of that little cartoon, make a whole different other cartoon where they're in this basically and like it says in the title, this ranger like rescue danger service, where it's mainly those two, but Chip is mainly like the leader with this Indiana Jones look. Dale's has this type of islander relaxation. I forget the character that he's based off of, but it's another character that's popular with the show that always wears those types of, the islander shirts. One of y'all let me know in the comments who that is. I can't remember his name, but it's another popular person that was back in those retro type of times. Then you got this a mouse that works with them. That's basically an inventor of anything that she can make, gadget, which just basically makes anything out of household appliances. And compared to her size, they're big as hell. She can use a pencil, a clothespin, and whatnot, and turn it into a freaking crossbow. Then you got Monterey Jack. Literally, I had to remember this name and definitely make sure that I was getting this right. His name is actually based off of a freaking cheese, and the reason why they give him that name is because his fascination, he has a strange obsession with cheese, and the moment somebody says the word or he even smells cheese, he is constantly in a trance. He's in a trance and he can't get out of it until it stops. And I think he's like the pilot of their whole team, of their team. Then you have a fly who's called Zipper. And it's not like he's useless at all. He's actually a useful part of the team. Because half the time, he's the main person, the main little character that gets half the crew out of dangerous messes. He's basically the main one that gets them out of shit. Then, of course, there's the villains. The main one that really had me remember is basically this big fat cat named Fat Cat, and he's basically like this little crime boss who just likes going around stealing high price items, making doing these underground type of deals. I think it was at one point he was basically successful with one of his little schemes, but then it was another partner and something had screwed up and he just lost everything. Now, there are other characters with this show, but for the life of me, I cannot really remember much. All I remember is like little details and episodes to this, because it was basically that it was like every day they had gone through something. There was some type of a danger, whatnot. In each episode, it brought them together. They were a really good team. I mean, there was one point where Chip and Dale had a crush on Gadget, but that was kind of scratched after that episode. And then there was episodes with Monterey Jack and him having like a deeper detail as to where he came from or whatnot. I can't remember. It's been a long while, and that's mainly the reason why I'm so hyped for Disney Plus. Even though at any given time I could have just went on cartoon online and whatnot, just watch it for free. The only problem with that is some episodes you couldn't get. You know, you couldn't be able to see, and some episodes were like blurry, like it was either chopped up, and it was blurry, or there were episodes missing. So it's good to know that at least with this series, with the Disney Plus, I can watch the whole thing. The whole thing is gonna be put on this streaming service, from what I've been told, and like thinking about this show. And a lot of the shows that I used to watch, I was always pumped to come home to see this. Always. Even when I got up in the morning, I was hyped to know the fact that this show, along with the many others, I got to see early in the morning. When I was a kid, I would always sit in my room or sit downstairs in the kitchen and just turn on the TV and just enjoy myself. I just had this big grin on my face, like someone gave me the best birthday present in the world. And it was and honestly, I think that was the point where I really had an appreciation and a love for these cartoons. Like, given, the fact that, like, I could have been one of those kids that, mainly just watch, BET all the time, or MTV. One of those kids that was on, that channel all day. But I wasn't. I was the kid that stayed the cartoons. I loved cartoons. I loved Saturday morning cartoons. I loved, and you already know the two live actions that I ever watched, which was Beetleborgs and Power Rangers. But we're going to talk about that in a later time. But for this made me remember the good times when I was a little kid, watching Disney Afternoon and watching Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. And just really loved the song. Like, whenever this song came on, look, half of these doggone videos about me explaining the song to you and the nostalgia, I'm honestly gonna tell you that half of these songs I jammed out to. Like, it's not even a game. I'm being legit serious. Half of these shows that came on the Disney Afternoon, I jammed out to and just cried. I literally cried when I was a kid over these doggone theme songs. For as crazy as that sounds, I just had this big urge of feels. I don't know why my camera just did that. I'm sorry. I just had this big, urge of feels for these shows, and that's one of the main reasons why I was, more than happy to spend $6.99, damn near $7, for my entire childhood in one go. Like if I had gone on to YouTube, that would have probably cost like $14 for the whole thing. I don't know. I'll have to double check or like some. All I know is it would have been a little more expensive than me just paying for $6.99 a month. Now, granted, I could have did the whole 3-year thing with the $100 and some dollars, but I was like, no, I'm okay with doing $6 a month. I'm alright with that. But for the most part, what I'm saying is, I love this show. I still love the show to this very day, and I cannot wait for the freaking streaming service to finally activate so that I can take a day off and just watch anything I want to watch from, way back when I was little. So yeah. Well, with that being said, that's going to be it for this particular video. Hopefully next week or this week around, I'll talk about another show that I have been dying to talk about. I think y'all all know what it is compared to the background. But yeah, post your comments down below what you think about, the topic of this video, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Have you ever heard about it? And if you have and watched it, let me know what exactly do you remember from this show. Because I know a lot of people remember some details from this show. I just remember the good times I had watching this show and the episodes that really touched a lot of points about, you know, family and emotions and stuff. And it was great. And I loved it. I know some people don't like it, but I enjoyed it. So that being said, this has been Master Real Sakurai. I love each and every last one of you, and I'm going to get up out of here. Peace.